Welcome back to another episode of Maintenance with Mike. So today we're in the house. We've got these new sets of LG washer and dryer, and it seems as though the solenoid for the water shutoff in the LGs, according to some people online, is very abrupt, let's call it. The solenoid snaps closed very quickly, and we're definitely hearing some vibration issues on the pipes. So we are actually going to be installing the Oatey quiet pipes. Oatey is a plumbing manufacturer, pretty good reputation. We're going to be installing these on the water taps for the wash machine in hopes that it will solve our problem. So let's get started. So pretty simple installation here. You want to put down, in this case we're using just the packaging because for whatever reason the tops of these LGs are glass. It's called diamond glass anyway. So we're going to shut off the water to both these. We are going to turn this on quickly, and we're just going to do a normal cycle. We're going to hit start so that there's no water in these lines now, so we can disconnect those. So you want to give yourself a few pieces of paper towel, the two Oatey, there's no L in it, Oatey quiet pipes, two of those. Plumber friend of mine calls it pipe dope, blue pipe dope. So this is pipe thread. It's like a liquid form, almost like a liquid Teflon tape. He uses this on everything. Even though there's an O-ring in that line, we're just going to put a little bit of that blue pipe dope on these threads here. So when you thread it on, the O-ring sits against here, but you also have the pipe dope as well to seal it. Just to not have any leaks, right? You can see there's the O-ring there inside this piece. Just put a little bit of pipe dope in there. Just keeps it from dripping. 2 pairs of channel lock pliers. Probably only need 1 set, but we have 2. So we keep that stuff in the box so we don't scratch the top. We've got the water shut off now. We're going to do the cold water first. This should be, I don't know if this is, yeah, it's a bit tight. We're going to use the channel locks to loosen this. Get it started there. Did we get it started? No. A little more channel. There we go. And I can see that I used blue pipe dope on these already. So that's a good thing. It's a little bit wet. A little bit of water came out, so that's no problem. We'll just wipe that up with our paper towels that we have here at our disposal. Clean up the water that's in this hose. And we put our new piece. So this piece will screw onto the tap, and then now our washer machine piece will come onto the bottom of here. So what we're going to do is we don't want to drop that down, because if we drop that down, more than likely water is going to come out. We're going to hook that in there so it doesn't leave us, and we're going to apply a little bit of the pipe dope on this thread here. I think I need the channel locks to open this too, because it gets pretty gummy. just a tiny little bit. We're going to wipe off most of it on the edge of the can here. I'm just going to touch a little bit on here as we go around. That's lots. If that shows you kind of what how much we've put on there. Just a thin coating. Wipe off any excess that's gonna sit against the O-ring on the face of it here. I like to wipe that off. A little bit on our paper towel. So you want to basically make sure that this face is clear so the O-ring can mate up to it. And if you don't watch it, you're going to have this blue stuff everywhere. So we're going to grab this, which is our washing piece, and we're going to make sure the O-ring's in there, which it is. We're going to thread this onto here. We're going to tighten that up. Make sure it's sealed. We're going to give it a little bit of a twist with the channel locks. Now do not get carried away here. We're just basically snugging this O-ring up against the face. Don't want to get too crazy with that. So that's installed now to the washing machine. We can drop that down. There still is some pipe dope on this fitting here, so we're going to try to wipe a little bit of that away. And we're going to just put a little bit more on there, on that tap. Try to wipe most of this off here because it gets pretty messy if you drip it. And it definitely likes to drip. A little bit around there. Once again, I like to clean the mating surface off where the O-ring is going to sit against, just with a paper towel. You can see that. Basically clean that surface off there. And we're starting to have to change paper towels here because we're starting to get this stuff everywhere. Let me grab another paper towel. I'll show you what we've got here. See how we've cleaned the mating surface here where the O-ring is going to sit? That's what you want. So now, what we do is we thread this piece onto here. Should make itself nice and flush on there. And we're going to give that another tension adjustment just with the channel locks here, very lightly. Don't get carried away. We're just snugging it against that O-ring while holding this straight. Should do it, I would think. So that one's done. This one's, oh, I tie wrapped that to here so that this drain doesn't come out. Well, that makes it a little bit more interesting. We need one more tool. We need a side cutter to cut this tie wrap. And then we need another tie wrap so we can tie wrap this back on there after we're done. So let's go grab that. Okay, I'm back. We've got the side cutters and a new tie wrap for when we're done here. So we can just cut this tie wrap here. So that frees up this basically drain hose. Let's get the hot water off now. Same trick here. We're just going to lightly loosen this with the channel lock pliers. Little twist. They get a dribble of water here. We've got our paper towel right here. Nope, looks like no water for this one. So we unscrew this all the way. Yep, a little dribble of water. And the O-ring's still in there, which is what we want. Just make sure that's still there. Clean up a bit of a mess here. Wipe off any excess pipe dope that's on the valve here. We'll put a little bit dab new stuff on there. So then we got to open the new one. So let's leave that there for a second. Open the new package. Okay, so there's that one. Push the O-ring in so it's seated in there. So that goes on there. This is going to go on here, so we're going to put a little bit of thread compound on these threads. We're going to use this paper towel to wipe off the mating surface for the O-ring. There we go. And now this one can thread onto this hammer arrestor. Once again, lightly tighten this up against the face. Don't have to go too crazy here. Snug it. That is good. Wipe off the excess pipe dope so you don't make a mess. There we go. So that's now installed on this end. That goes to the hot of the washer. We're going to sit this here for a second. We're going to put a little bit of pipe dope on the hot water tap just to freshen that up. No idea why they call it pipe dope. Could tell you. It's a plumber thing, I'm assuming. And we are going to wipe the face of the hose as well. We're going to carefully wipe the face of this again to make sure there's no pipe dope where the rubber attaches to the thing here. Make sure we still get a good seal. I'm going to clean up the excess on a piece of paper towel. Dries pretty quick, this stuff. Okay, so let's get this one now onto the hot water tap. This is the game plan here. And we're going to tighten that up with the channel locks ever so lightly. so lightly. That's probably going to do it. So, now this changes this a little bit, but we can tie wrap it to, we can just tie wrap it to here. It's just so that this doesn't, it all is for is so this doesn't come shooting out when it's down inside the hole. Probably wouldn't. Well, actually, let's check these first for leaks before we tie wrap that. So there they are installed, connected up to the existing line. So we're gonna start a load of laundry, let's call it, and see how this goes. Make sure there's no leaks here is the idea. So let's turn these on ever so lightly. I don't see any leaks here so far. Turn them on slowly. You'll hear it pressurize. And you just want to check for leaks periodically, you know, the next couple hours, couple days, sort of thing. I don't see any leaking coming out of this new connection here on the hot air or the cold. Don't feel any wetness around here, so that's good. I think we will just tie wrap this hose to this valve here. Like I said, it's not anything crazy here, it's just so that that doesn't come shooting out of there. And we will cut off the excess and tuck it down so you can't get your hands cut on it. That goes in the box. Pipe dope. That goes in the box. Channel locks, side cutters, paper towel. Let's test it. Normal cycle. It's load sensing, so in your water. Couple burps from the air, I guess, that was getting kicked out. I don't see anything leaking here at the tap or at the connection to the washer. I think it's safe to shut that off now. Yeah. Okay. I guess I probably should have had that pushed back. It's all full of water now. Yeah. They're called quiet pipes. Part number 38600. And it's a 3/4 inch female, a 3/4 inch male. So they're basically, you can have a plumber come in and remove this valve and install one inside this washing closet piece. Or you can just thread these in line with the washing machine. They're a bit more expensive, but you also don't need somebody to come in to do this. So makes it a nice little do-it-yourself project. Yeah, that's it. Hey, thank you for watching another episode of Maintenance with Mike. That's installing the Oatey quiet pipes, part number 38600. Installing those on an LG washing machine to stop the banging when the valve shuts off. LG is known for having a pretty rough stop on the water, so we're hoping this fixes the problem. Thanks again for watching. If you like these videos, maybe consider subscribing to the channel, maybe share them with a family member or friend, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.